Wicked. Wicked tones, you know.
Another day at the office.
Hanging out in the secret tattoo lair.
Is this where you've gotten like most of your tattoos?
No, I got a bunch of stuff done here. Rodriguez used to be at, well, I met him at Black Widow, another tattoo shop in Toronto. And he's doing his own thing now, so. It's not like this was playing.
Yeah.
When I came in to get this W, it was literally gonna be like a small, like eye or like on my sideburn, and it was just like, oh, let's just go really big on that. That's why half the time I just give him ideas, and I don't like. I have obviously stuff I want. It's like not like I'm gonna tell a guy who's an artist, be like, no, that's wrong, dude. Yeah. It's like, here's an idea. If it works, let me know. If it's stupid.
So I'm probably gonna do, like, I'll put one stencil on, tattoo it, and then overlap or put it behind. I think it's just gonna be easier to map everything out like that, but we'll fill it all up.
Pretty cool. I think it's even like it was like scripted, kind of just went like that, like swooped with the shape of the W, and then left this so it doesn't, you know what I mean? It's not gonna go across.
Just on one side.
I don't know what I want, but I'm just thinking of making it like, I don't want to go much lower than that tip.
Right.
I don't want to go like here. You know what I mean? I mean, if you have an idea for it, you want a freehand few.
Just a like mock-up or?
Yeah. And if it looks good and enough time, standard Mars bars.
You might be too short though.
Wicked few might be good.
So for people who have never gotten their head tattooed, is it one of like the most painful areas?
You asking me that?
In his experience and.
I mean, you're gonna have to ask Mike, but for the most part, it hurts. It looks like it hurts.
It's not that bad. Certain spots you don't feel anything, other spots are a little spicy. Overall, it's not that bad. I was telling someone today, I was like, I'd rather have my head tatted than my back.
Really?
I fucking hated my back.
Oh, fuck.
Whenever I was on my back, it's like certain spots would would be like down near my like lower rib, and then my fucking trap would vibrate, like start shaking.
If you had to describe your style, what would that be?
Fine line, black and gray, and focus on a lot of lettering as well. Yeah. In the beginning, I tried everything. My mentor taught me to give everything a shot, but that's kind of what I always loved before I started tattooing, and that's what I stuck with.
Someone wanted to know if I speak French.
And?
No. Favorite you've ever learned? What? You've ever learned from? Favorite you've ever learned from, and favorite pro you've trained? Tough one. Upset some people if I say it.
Are you ready?
No.
Here we go.
I don't want to do this.
Too late, Mike.
What did you study in college/university?
Bodybuilding. I got a Bachelor of Science in Business Administration, and it's doing nothing to help me right now. Thank God I didn't pay for it. It's actually helping me, to be honest, but it's not at the same time. It's crazy. There's like so many parallels. Not so many, but like tattooing is like very, like obviously there's guys that are really talented like Driegs, and there's tons of other artists out there. So there's also like shit fucking artists out there. Like just like there's shit trainers and all that stuff, right? So if you come to someone who's very talented and good at what they do, you pay good money for that. Or you might have to wait, do the dreaded thing of waiting to get what you want. So it's just kind of parallels, like even lifting and guys training with trainers and things like that. So if you're basically gonna pay for what you get. You try to book with a tattoo artist and they can take you immediately, that should be a red flag. I don't know if Driggs agrees with me on that one.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's like
There's
fucking,
a reason why they're not busy.
you really care about what's going on in your body, and or like some people seem to have all these deep meanings behind everything that goes on them. Like, then yeah, you should probably pick an artist that's really reputable and knows what they're doing, right? Especially if you're someone who's so deeply concerned about everything that goes on you. Like, this dragon means prosperity.
What's the top 5 favorite shoes that you own?
I used to be way more into sneakers, but then I kind of just fell out of love with it. Like, I just buy shoes that I think look cool and are also comfortable, as opposed to before I was just buying stuff to like keep up with what was like the next cool thing to get. Like, this shoe's dropping and then this shoe's dropping, and if you don't have this one, you're a fucking dork, or you're behind everybody. And it's like, and 3/4 of those shoes that you bought are just so fucking uncomfortable. It's like, you never wore them, or wore them once and then maybe resold them. So now I just buy what's comfortable, because I'm on my feet all day and I don't want to be in some uncomfortable shit and have my feet throbbing. So that's why people ask me how many React whatevers I have, the fly knits. It's like, those are comfortable to me, so I bought all the colorways that are I like. So
Do you have a pair of shoes that you love that are like still in the box that you've never worn?
No, but I have a pair of, I wore these shoes and they were given to me by someone else as a gift, but they're Jordan 1, off-white Jordan 1s, the original red and white and black pair, and they're signed by Virgil, so I didn't, once I got them signed, I didn't wear them again. They were worn before that, so they're still kind of beat up, but they weren't touched after that, so it's the only shoe that I've ever like held on to and wondered, like, make sure I don't lose track of where that thing is. So, but this whole shoe culture and like hype beast shit and keeping up with trends and stuff like that, it's just all designed to keep you broke.
Yeah.
The quicker you snap out of that shit, the better.
Is it possible to compete in powerlifting while still chasing size? Wow.
I saw that question, I was like, what do you mean?
Well, like,
Unless you're trying to, like, if you're competing in powerlifting and you have to stay within a weight class, then yeah, it would be pretty tough. But if you're just concerned about getting as big as possible, just be whatever weight class you are and compete in powerlifting. So that's a weird. And it's also weird because everyone who claims that lifting heavy and going for crazy weights and PRs and lifting heavy all the time just elicits a massive muscular physique. So why would you be concerned about getting size when you should be getting it by a byproduct, no?
when's the next apparel drop?
Hopefully by the end of May. This guy right here is responsible for a good majority of my designs, so whenever I have ideas to give him, he can be annoyed by me bothering him for him.
Burger and fries or pizza?
All of them. At once. Yeah, why limit yourself? Trees, what's your thought on people who get... Who was it that someone said to me? What is your thoughts on people who aren't like are not heavily tattooed and their first tattoo is like a neck tattoo or a hand tattoo?
Not allowed. Poser. yeah, poser. A lot more people these days are doing that, and I think it's just the fucking tattooers that are tattooing these people weren't taught the right way. When I came up, you wouldn't tattoo anybody in a visible spot if it was their first tattoo. Like, get the hard shit done, or get the easy shit like your arms, and then get your torso and all that hard shit, and then you could tattoo your fucking neck and your head afterwards.
So I mean, it's like another parallel between like him saying that and understanding that he comes from a background of being taught the right way by the people that took him under their wing and showed him the way to do stuff and how to act and all this stuff. It's like it's the same way that I speak about things when it comes to bodybuilding, of like, you shouldn't, like, yes, you can do whatever the fuck you want, no one's stopping you, but there's an intelligent way to go about things, and like kind of the way we've done, like things have been done And people that have followed that path have always succeeded more than the people who didn't, right? So it's this whole idea, like people who compete for the first time or they've never competed and they're like, I'm going for my pro card. It's like, you've never done a fucking show. It's like walking into here and telling Drees, like, I want a face tat, and I don't even have anything on my shoulder, like, or my forearm. Like,
Yeah.
I want a fucking tattoo under my eye that says death or something. Like, the fuck? Like, get the fuck out of here.
Exactly.
But you'll find people that'll do it, just like you'll find some dick on the fucking internet or TikTok or wherever that'll encourage you to think that you can do things in this fucked up, like, non-sequential matter and you can just, anything's possible, right? But there's a reason why there's traditions and, like, the ways people act, and like a good artist like him or any guys that think like him will shut that down instantly. Just like a good trainer, if someone comes up to me like, oh, and they've never done a show or competed or have any muscle, and like, I want to turn pro this year. It's like, well, fucking get the fuck away from me and come back in 3 years and let's see what you're working with at that point. It's crazy. Everyone wants these, like, instant gratification things. So you're gonna get your fucking neck blasted and your head blasted and your hands, and then you're gonna walk around and everyone's like, oh, he's like heavily tattooed, or like he's very like into the culture of tattooing, and then he takes his shirt off and it's bare skin with the hand tats. It's like, but what are you trying to be?
Is there like the culture between tattoo and bodybuilding? Does it overlap?
I don't think it directly overlaps, but I think guys who have always like cared about their physique and built, like, liked muscle have always liked to, like, I guess, decorate that physique. Not everybody, like true purist bodybuilders probably would never get a tattoo. But it's just like, even when I competed, there was some guys that were more heavily tattooed than me. I was not heavily tattooed back then. I had like a half sleeve and like some stuff on my shoulder, and I think like at one point some of my chest was done or something. But nothing like crazy. I don't think it has that much of an effect anymore. I mean, I would guess that someone who's like heavily like bodysuit done would probably have a little bit of an issue, just because they'd have to, like, the amount of spray tan or whatever you want to call it, whatever would cover it up or get it to like lessen the appearance of it, might wash out the physique a bit. So that might be an issue where you're not able to show off as much of your body because you're trying to cover up so much of the skin. But I think it's becoming more and more common in bodybuilding. It used to be like Dorian Yates back in the day. I remember he had like that forearm tat. He was Mr. Olympia. I don't think there's guys coming up now who are a lot more heavily tattooed, and I think it's not as frowned upon as it was back in the day. The only people getting butthurt by the comments you make are the ones that are like, it's like, if the shoe fits, fucking, you know what I mean? Like, you wouldn't be getting offended if you weren't a fucking tool and knew that you were doing that exact shit, just trying to justify it, right? Because like setting up a tripod, filming yourself is fine. Don't get me wrong. It's like, I mean, people know what you're talking about. Like, you know when someone's been in people's way and doing like ridiculous shit. Someone just casually sets stuff up to like film themselves for whatever fucking God knows what reason. I'm sure you can make up a bunch of reasons as to why it's applicable for you, but it's really not. It's like, if you're filming your form, so you say, for a coach or whoever it is, if you don't know what's wrong with it, what's the point of filming it? Or it's not getting critiqued or fixed. Because odds are it's not, because you're just filming the same shit over and over again, and we're just seeing the same nonsense over and over again. And the short things, it's like, wear short shorts all you want, but like, just understand that's not like, it's not really acceptable behavior.
It's not okay.
But, you know, all the power to you. You feel comfortable in that? Go for it. Even Dan Bilzerian. to ask yourself, like, what happened in society where all of a sudden now we're just so comfortable with like men in shorts like that, and men are like longing to be in shorts like that.
Is that a thing? Like,
Apparently.
where are these men in these fucking 1970s
It's only in the
basketball shorts?
it's only in like gym culture.
Oh.
It's like this weird, I don't know. It's like the crimped butt crack for women on their tights. That's like short shorts for men. It's like, how close can we get to showing your everything, leaving nothing up to the imagination. It's like if you saw some shit online about like a tattoo artist saying like, oh, this is how we do this, and like, it's just completely fucking asinine.
It's like fucking tattooers who only want to wear black gloves.
Yeah, and it's like you're fucking. It's like, what? Who gives a fuck at the end of the day? It's like, I'm gonna do what I want to do anyway.
Yeah.
You said before that you knew you'd get your whole body tattooed right after you competed. Why?
No, it wasn't like I was in a race to do it. It's just like something I really like tattoos, and I was always into tattoos and didn't know much about it growing up. Still don't, like, obviously I just enjoy getting them, but it's not like I'm embedded in the culture. I don't obviously know everything like Driegs would, of having lived it and breathed it and all this stuff. So it's just something I loved. Like, I liked the way it looked visually, so I like, if you're gonna build a body that's like bodybuilders or like anyone who's into like sculpting their body, why wouldn't you want to have like art on that body? Do you know what I mean? It just made sense. Like, it's like they went hand in hand for me. It seemed like it was weird, or it would like somehow ruin your physique. I almost thought it would like enhance your physique, right? You can't see me crying, right?
Yep.
Very good. That's not a tear. That's not a tear. I got something in my eye.
Are you ever scared that people take your vlogs and Instagram too seriously?
Am I scared that they do? They do for sure. It's not like a question. It's funny that people think that, like, people I don't even associate with, or in most cases people I don't even know or know me, think that I'm talking about them personally. Is like, it's absolute fucking craziness. Like, making generalized comments about stuff that's, anyone who sees the video can probably think of it like an example in their mind of something they see in their gym personally, or their, like, throughout their fitness, whatever they're doing, right? They've seen people like that or had that type of situation, or it's just common themes that are across the whole, like, everyone can identify with, right? So then people write me, or people like see me in person, they're like, oh, I think he's talking about me. It's like, no, don't flatter yourself, first of all, because I don't really give a shit to fucking talk about you, whoever you might be. I'm just talking about generalized things that are just very obvious in this industry. Like, I'm sure Driegs can like attest to like shit he sees in tattooing, that if he made a statement about it, other tattoo artists would be like, yeah, fuck, I know what that guy's talking about. Like, that shit's like stupid as hell, right? Or that shit's so annoying. It's like, you make these comments, it's almost like the fitness world and bodybuilding, like, whether people want to admit it or not, is like a very borderline narcissistic endeavor. So you're very obsessed and wrapped up in yourself, and you have to be for that. So it's fine. It's not a knock on anybody. Like, if you weren't a little bit like that, you probably wouldn't do that well at the sport, or care so much about what you're putting into it, right? But for people to sit back and like think that when they see a video that I'm speaking directly to about them, well, first of all, if I had something to say to you, I'd just say it to you. I'm not afraid to call you out and tell you, like, to your face that I think you're a fucking idiot, or I think you're stupid, or whatever it is, or I disagree with you, right? So people need to stop being so sensitive and just understand that these are generalizations that are common themes across everything, right? So it's like me making a comment about a horrible driver, and everyone who's watching is a horrible driver, just all of a sudden he's talking about me. It's like, well, if I'm talking about that shit in the video and it's really hitting home with you, odds are you're doing something that I deem to be something you shouldn't be doing, or I see as wrong with what's going on, right? So just because the shoe fits and you're wearing it doesn't mean that I'm speaking to you directly. I'm speaking to the class of people, or the type of person that would do that. If you happen to be in that group, There's nothing to stop you from keep doing that. Go ahead. It's just my opinion that I think it's whatever I think or whatever I say, right? And in this world, it seems like all of a sudden it's like this scary, crazy thing for someone to have an opinion. I'm entitled to my opinion. You're entitled to the opposite opinion. You don't have to agree. And if you argue with me about my opinion and you get mad that I don't see it your way, there's a reason for that. It's my opinion. You don't have to agree. So to argue this back and forth like you're somehow going to convince me otherwise that short shorts are acceptable is not going to happen, because I just think it's weird. But that doesn't mean you should stop wearing short shorts, and I'll still be cool with you if you're wearing short shorts. I'll just think it's a little odd. But I'm a little odd. I'm getting my fucking head tattooed right now. So we're both odd, right?
Alright.
To be continued.
To be continued.